Just really proud of our effort overall, and especially in that fourth quarter. I thought we really played like we've been wanting to play in terms of our defensive intensity. Our ball screen coverage was on point. It hadn't been throughout the second and the third. I didn't think we were very sharp in it, but these guys did a great job of getting everyone on the same page and then executing. We did a great job of getting paint touches. We outscored them 42-20 in the paint, so that's a big thing for us. We talk all the time about our 3 battles, and that paint battle is really, really important for us. And I thought, these guys, both of these guys right here, Dal was, doing an unbelievable job, just relentless, coming off ball screens and handoff action, getting downhill, getting to the rim. And then we went to KB a lot down there, and she made big plays down the stretch of just finishing at the rim. So, again, it's not always pretty, but just really proud of, these guys are playing a lot and a physical game. I thought Bradley did an unbelievable job of their offensive movement. They run really good stuff, and they play really, really hard. So any win is a great win, and protect your home court, and we'll just keep getting better, and got a tough one on Sunday.
Go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll get you a microphone for a question.
A question for either of you. I just wanted to get your thoughts. The game got tied up there, but I thought you guys did a really good job of fighting through adversity. Could you just speak to that?
We just talked about staying poised, and we're not going to go down without a fight. And also, it's just we work so hard. We know our identity. We're not just going to be fazed by a score, So when we saw that, we came together, had a reset, and just kept working.
Adalia, obviously a big game for you tonight, game leading 23 points. What was kind of working for you out there?
Just staying aggressive. I appreciate my coaches and teammates just getting me back together with my game and just being that energy ball. And I just focused on bringing energy any way I could, and it just worked out tonight.
That's a new one. I like that.
Energy ball.
Energy ball. I might use that one.
Back here. So I just want to ask about kind of the turnover differential. You guys throughout the season have done well in that department, but really well just managing the ball as well as just takeaways tonight as well. You talk to me, either one of you, doesn't matter too much. What really allows you guys to excel so much in that department?
I think our guards just do a great job of handling the ball and handling pressure. I feel like that's something we've really gotten better at over the past years. Obviously, I'm not up there as much handling it, but just from my perspective, I feel like the guards have been really smart with their passes, really smart with their dribbles, and done a really good job of handling press. I thought we handled Ohio State's probably the best we've handled it in a long time, and then today just handling it. So kudos to our guards for handling that role.
And we have pressure at practice, every practice. So we work on it, and I know I got to be better with turnovers too, because, I got to be better, and I'll keep working on that.
I guess for both of you, you both had pretty big second halves, and you've seen a lot of basketball here. You've been part of a lot. Did you guys mentally go back to anything to kind of pull away from that team? Is there any callback in your mind to break away and have that half?
I mean, we definitely talked about of trying to really pull away, because when you let a team hang around long enough, they can, the end is kind of a toss-up. So we, as a team and coach, they said, we got to pull away, we got to punch them first coming out. Obviously our third quarter start wasn't the best, but I think the fourth quarter we really locked in. We just got to do that a little bit earlier.
Kendall, you hit that three as part, I think it was an 11-2 run to close the third quarter out. Just what were you looking for in that sequence? And, did that kind of feel like a game changer in your estimation at all?
A little bit. I feel like that run overall, everybody was scoring. I feel like Dow was getting downhill. Jen was getting pull-ups. I was able to pop out and hit that. But I feel like it was the one time I was in space, because I feel like they were kind of I had someone on me all night. So it was the one time I felt like I could pop, because they were trying to stop Jen and Dow from driving. So just kind of getting that. And I feel like I had a lot of time. And, I've been working with Coach Cat on kind of those pop backs from those slot areas. So it felt good coming off.
KB, how did you feel about the looks you were getting? I thought you were getting set up pretty well tonight.
Yeah, I thought, our guards had great passes inside to me tonight, especially Bryn from the high-low. I think we got a good thing going there. But no, her passes were great. Jen, Dal, everyone that got me the ball, they were able to lead me. And then, if they did double, I got Dal on that cut. So I thought, everyone just did a good job of playing off of me a little bit once they passed and doubled. But yeah, no, as a post, I love it. I'm super happy.
Kendall, we've talked to Adalia a lot about this, but when she turns that corner and gets downhill, do you do? I guess like what can
Run
you
back
do?
to defense because it's going in.
Don't do that.
How much does that change what you're
Yeah.
able to do and what she's able to do when she's does that?
Yeah, I think Dow's our X factor. When Dow is driving downhill, when Dow is going hard, when Dow is, and as she said, an energy ball, I feel like we're at our best. And, the intensity she had tonight, turning that corner, like she was like relentless at getting downhill. And she, she's strong. So she's like going up through 3 people, through a 4 and a 5, and the girl guarding her. So I was really proud of her to kind of see, from last game to this game, to her kind of flip that switch and, be a monster driving down there.
Yes, Dal, if you could start with this, like Coach Green yesterday talked about, like this three games, like getting some of that offensive momentum back. How hard is, like, not to make excuses, but when you're kind of in and out, players in and out, how hard is that to find that momentum, and what can you two do to find that, I guess?
Yeah, I'll say it can be hard if you let it. And I feel like we have a great offensive system, great players. So just keeping the main thing, and don't pull away from it. And we know when we do because our offense isn't flowing. So we talk about it in the practice, and we had 2 great practices this week, and we just pulled everything together tonight. So just staying in the flow and offense and just being aggressive mentally.
Anything else for our student athletes? All right.
Grab you guys. Thanks so sweet. Come on. Get some sleep.
Don't be hard on her now. All right, go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll get you a microphone for a question for Coach.
Hi, Coach. I just wanted to start with just the winning streak at home and kind of what it means to you to have such a strong support base behind you, and maybe how that can incentivize more people to continue coming throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously home court. I told these guys actually in the locker room after Ohio State how important home court is. I told them it's like gold. And if you take care of home court and then, steal a couple road games, it's so hard to win on the road. And then you get in the Big Ten play, it's extremely hard to win on the road. So, it's just been something I think we have a lot of confidence here, and obviously having the fans behind you and having their support and being loud in times when we need it. I still want to see more. I mean, I didn't think we had 3,600 tonight, but we got to have more people in the stands. I mean, Iowa last night sold out. They're selling out every night, and it's not Caitlin Clark anymore. So we got to continue. We're winning, so I would hope more people just continue to come out. I said it out there to the crowd. I'm so grateful for the people that do come. I don't want to come off like that where I'm super grateful, but we got to find some way to continue to consistently get 5, 6, 7,000 instead of in the 3s every game.
Shauna, what would you see from those two just when things got kind of tight there in the second half? It seemed almost fitting that those two have done so much here. We're able to pull you guys away a little shorthanded. What did you see from them in those moments?
Toughness, a determination to win, everything that I want our program to be about, and why I get pissed off when we don't do that, when I go crazy over there. This program needs to be about toughness, being relentless, diving on the floor, defending, rebounding, grit, all the dirty work. That's what I want our identity to be. And I mean, I wanted to run out on the floor multiple times and just hug Dal. Like, yeah, I think that'd be frowned upon, but that's how her joy playing the game, the passion she has, is just absolutely, to me, everything that what basketball should be and what our program needs to be and needs to be consistently. So that's why I told him in the locker room how proud I am of the fight when you have multiple players. Jen hasn't played 40 minutes all year this year. And how hard they were playing and being able to lock in through fatigue in the fourth, because that's something we have not done this year. When we get fatigued, our fourth quarters have been kind of, besides Ohio State, but that wasn't whatever. Kentucky, it was our fourth quarter. Otherwise, we could have won that game. So that's what I'm most proud of, is the toughness and again, the grit that they showed.
Coach, in the middle of the third quarter, you were pretty fired up over that blocking call. Talk to me about where your passion comes from and your drive to win.
I like that you say fired up and not crazy, or I almost broke my heel. Lisa, the ref, said, "Shauna, is your heel still there?" I went, "Yeah, it is." But No, I wanted her. I thought I didn't agree with the call, obviously, but Lisa's great, the ref, and she made a joke about it, and I wanted more time with her, and she was talking to Pop too much. And Pop's my friend, the head coach over there, so she's talking to her. I wanted to try to get her to talk to me a little bit. I was like a little kid, wanted more attention from her, and no, I just want to win. I want to win at a high level, and sometimes I go a little crazy, but you know what? I'm not going to change who I am, so.
Shauna, I thought Bradley played really well. They competed. Just give me your thoughts just on how you think this will prepare you guys for the Big Ten stretch.
Yeah, I know Pop well. I worked with her at Northwestern. I'm really, and she's had a tough couple of years and trying to turn that program. Man, I told her they keep playing like that, they're going to win a lot of games in their conference. I was impressed on film, but I was way more impressed tonight. I thought she runs great stuff. She has her kids playing really, really hard. They can hit threes. They can drive. Four's really good. I was impressed with them. So I think they did a great job, and it pushed us in areas with kind of what they run offensively. I thought it was good for Barry to get some of those minutes. I mean, she hasn't seen that before. This is only her second game, so some of the action they ran was good for them to kind of get some experience with, and even Jazz. So no, credit Bradley. Really impressed, and I'll be rooting for them. I hope they have a great year.
Kind of to follow up on that, what did you see from Bradley on the perimeter? Came into play with one of the best perimeter defenses in the country and made a lot of shots on offense tonight from deep too.
They did. I mean, they ended up with 8 threes, so, and they had 5 in the first half. And that's something we usually guard the 3-point line really well. And they got free on them. So, again, they just spread you, and then they make you guard for almost entire possessions. So again, just really, I give them a ton of credit, and I give Pop a ton of credit of, finding the right pieces there and they had an injury. I think Washington would, even be another one of those dynamic ball handlers that could come off their ball screens and add to that. So, injuries kind of hit them too. But no, I have all respect for them, and I think they're going to do really well this year.
I know we talked about offensive momentum with these 3 games. Where do you think you guys were after the first of the 3? And is this something that you maybe felt second half better than the first half?
Yeah, I think it went in spurts. I felt good in the fourth. I thought we were rolling a little bit and executing our stuff. I still think it's too sporadic offensively, and we gotta knock down. I keep saying we just gotta knock down some of those open shots. Those open threes. We're 2 for 11. And I feel like, they're going to go. I keep just, trying to have a positive outlook because, again, when we evaluate it, they're good shots. They're just not going down right now. We did do a better job of finishing layups, that's what I was most concerned about because obviously Ohio State, we missed 20-some layups. Kentucky, we missed 20-some layups. You can't beat a top 15 team in the country missing that. You can't beat anyone. So I was really proud. That's something we've talked about and worked on the last couple days after Ohio State. Really, really proud that we were better with that. But at one of these games, please just let us hit a couple threes.
How do you find that when you're missing your point guard tonight and Gretchen, someone who can handle, how do you navigate that? I feel like we ask you this all the time.
You do, but it's okay. We just got to keep looking at how can we get Jen some more, looks. And then it's also hard when Jen's playing, 40 minutes. Now her legs she's having to primarily be the ball handler. Jazz, we've kind of converted her into a point guard. She's not a true point guard, but done super. She's taken it. She's just ran with it, and I think she's done a great job. And then these guys, I thought it was really good, smart of Pop to just pressure us and kind of wear us down a little bit. So, I know I'm like a broken record, but I keep going back to we're getting good shots. At some time, I really am confident they're going to go down, and that's what I was hoping with these home games. Hopefully, we can get going a little bit, and then we got to probably generate some more for Barry, get her some. Jazz had a couple nice looks, but Barry's someone, and Jazz are 2 that can knock him down.
And Makaira, I don't know how much you can share. Do you feel like it's long term, or is that more of another day-to-day
Yeah,
deal?
it's day-to-day. You have one more?
Yeah. Thank you. I just wanted to ask about Adalia. I thought you talked about number 4 earlier, Barnes. Could you just talk about the job Adalia did covering her tonight?
Yeah, we changed up because, I just changed it. I'm like, Dell has to guard her. Jazz got nailed in the leg early on. And again, credit, that's toughness right there. She got a need right in her thigh, and she fought through it and played played a lot of minutes. So and then she picked up those fouls. So that's when we kind of, let's put Dal on 4. And then from there, I thought it's kind of what we saw last year towards the end in the WBIT. She took on the best player on the other team and just took them out of their game. And I thought she really did that with Barnes. She ended up with only 12 points, and Dell made her work for everything. She got deflection. She's getting over ball screens like we want her to. Just really set the tone with her intensity and tenacity defensively. So it was a game changer when she went on her and just that intensity she brings defensively. Thank you, guys.